Before we begin, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at DolanyTV and on Instagram at Tyson Dolany. You guys want to make sure you see what's going on behind the scenes here on Dolany TV. That's where to find it. Let's get going. This is Dolany TV, guys. How about we talk about a trip to Europe, more specifically for the Edmonton Oilers coming up here right away at the end of the month, early October. It's going to be a great time to see the Oilers in action in Germany and Sweden. But before we get to that, there's a couple of things that have to play out, right? There's a lot of storylines when it comes to the 2018 NHL Global Series Challenge because, you know what? It's pretty simple. There's quite a few connections along the way in terms of the teams that the Oilers will be playing in Germany and Sweden. So the first thing you have to think about when we go back to the 2018 Global Series Challenge, it is the Oilers versus Devils. That's the NHL season opener game that we're all excited for, right? That's the Oilers season opener. How are they going to perform? Who's going to be on the team? All that fancy stuff. But first, October 3rd is the final preseason game for the Oilers. It's an exhibition game again in Cologne against the Kolner Haie Sharks, Cologne Sharks, however you want to say it, against former Oilers fan favorite. Now you have to go back through the storybooks of a lot of lockout years to try and figure out which Oilers fan favorite I'm talking about. But a man who played third, fourth, first, second, maybe even some defense in his time, it would seem, with the Oilers from 2009 to 2014, Ryan Jones. Are you saying who? No, not Caleb Jones, not Seth Jones, Ryan Jones. A fourth round pick, number 111 overall in the 2004 entry draft. We acquired him from Nashville in 2009. I believe it was at the deadline, if I'm not mistaken. And he played 8 games that season for the Oilers, 1 goal, and that was about it. Nothing major. And then all of a sudden, the next 2 seasons, Ryan Jones in 2010 and 2011, that season, then 2011 and 2012, put up 18 and 17 goals back-to-back years. 25 and 33 points. Well, we thought, oh man, Ryan Jones, he's that perfect third line forward. And then all of a sudden he crapped the bed next couple of years and really couldn't get it going. I mean, 7 points in 27 games, not bad. That was the lockout year, but it could have been better, right? And then the next season, 6 points in 52 games. That was the writing on the wall. That was the end of it for Ryan Jones in Edmonton. So that's going to be interesting to see. The Oilers get to play former fan favorite. I mean, here's a favorite of mine. I don't know. When we didn't have Ryan Smith, it was the closest damn thing you were going to get in terms of hair, in terms of style, in terms of stuff like that. So Ryan Jones, yeah, fan favorite, gets to play against his former team on October 3rd in Germany. Who would have thought? Who would have knew? Did you even know Ryan Jones was still playing hockey? I bet you didn't. But I'll let you sit on that a second while I have a sip of tea here. And let's get to it, all right? So that's the first thing about that. Now the Cologne Sharks as well have this certain head coach with the last name of our, I don't know, would you call him our second line center, or would you call him the step below Connor McDavid? What would you call Leon Draisaitl? I don't know. But anyway, Peter Draisaitl is the head coach of the Sharks. So this is father meets son in an exhibition game in Germany on home soil for Leon. Father Peter will be coaching the Cologne Sharks against his son playing for Todd McClellan and the Edmonton Oilers. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see. And the other storyline I kind of see playing out, because he is under contract and it's just a potential that you could use him instead of carrying across some guys that you don't really need to on the back end to bang up, right? Joel Persson may get the chance, in my mind, to play in Germany just to round out the preseason and at least, since he's on loan, get the Oilers to see what he's all about, right? Get the Oilers to give him a shot of, okay, well, you know what, if we need you at some point this season, we can withdraw the loan or whatever we need to do to get you back kind of deal. So I'm thinking he may get the chance to play, and I'm going to get back to him in a little bit here because Germany is only part one of this, right? Like I mentioned, it's the 2018 Global Series Challenge, Oilers versus Devils. That takes place at the Scandinavium in Gothenburg, Sweden. Like I said, against the Devils, it's the season opener for both clubs that year, or this year, that year. Man, what am I talking about? The past? No, I'm talking about the future right here, right here, right here. Let's take a sip of tea and get back to it. So, now the storyline here is there's quite a few storylines for the Edmonton Oilers and New Jersey Devils. You might think Adam Larsson, Oscar Klefbom, they get to play in their home country, right? You've got guys that are really great NHL defensemen. Like, I'm not talking top tier, second tier. I'm talking great defensemen in their own right for the Edmonton Oilers. They get to play on home soil. Now we go back to, we'll start connecting some dots here with Adam Larsson. Adam Larsson was traded for former first overall pick for the Edmonton Oilers, Taylor Hall, right? So Taylor Hall gets to play against his former club on foreign soil, not in the US, not in Canada, in Europe. So that's going to be interesting. We get to open the year against our former guy, Taylor Hall. Now, hold on. Taylor Hall makes things even more interesting because now it's a matchup of the previous two Hart Memorial Trophy winners, right? You've got Connor McDavid and you've got Taylor Hall. So bing bang, right there. It's a gun show to begin with. And if the New Jersey Devils are anywhere near as good offensively as they were to start last season, and if we're anywhere near as good offensively as we normally could be, those fans at the Scandinavium in Sweden could be treated to an absolutely fantastic game for sure. 5-4, 6-8, whatever you want to call it. Man, if they light it up in Europe, that would be absolutely fantastic. Get a head start on the points race. Mint. Absolutely mint. So the two Hart winners could be an absolute gun show, and both are former Oilers #1 overall draft picks in their respective draft class, right? So that's going to be a fun time as well. And of course, now you can talk about, oh, well, the kids are going to get their chance to play this stuff. I really don't know what the Oilers' plans going into Europe are going to be, whether they will take the full actual roster so they have guys there, or they'll take 3 or 4 kids, send 3 or 4 vets to Sweden right away to kind of ambassador, right? You could easily send Larsson and Klefbom to Sweden to kind of sweep the ground for a few days before the Oilers get to the Scandinavium in Gothenburg, right? That's a possibility. And like I said, I brought up a name before in Joel Persson who may get the chance to play in Germany. Now, heaven forbid an injury happens, but how perfect would that be to have Joel Persson play his first NHL game in his home country? That ain't going to happen every day if you're from Sweden, right? We're not talking, oh man, okay, well, you know what, I'm playing my first NHL game. Yeah, it's at home. No, that doesn't happen in the NHL because it's normally Canada, the US, right? Last year we had China, now we have Sweden, Germany, and Finland and all that, but it could be something really special should an injury happen and Joel Persson just happens to be right there and available, right? That's what I'm saying. It's not a guarantee we're going to see him in the lineup. It's not a guarantee that the Oilers will use him, but he's right there. He's right available. I would highly doubt that if something pops up, the Oilers don't call up Joel Persson and say, hey, it's your shot, let's go. And even, you know what, they'll send him back to Sweden as soon as they leave the country. Let's be serious. It ain't going to be an NHL debut, NHL rookie season for Joel Persson, but in any right, at least there's that opportunity for something special to happen in Germany, whether it be playing against former Oilers fan favorite in Ryan Jones, right? That's going to be a special moment for, I think, a lot of Oilers fans that stuck it out throughout that 10-year drought, because the big thing with that would be, you know what, we stuck it out, we saw a lot of terrible guys. Here's one of the guys we saw that was a bright spot in some of our darkest days, right? That's the huge thing. Ryan Jones was a bright spot at times for the Edmonton Oilers in those dark 2 seasons. Well, bingo, you get to see him again. A lot of Oilers fans, I don't even think, kept tabs on where he ended up. I have. I made sure I did my research to make sure he's playing and should be playing in those games. So that's going to be exciting. Then you got Peter Draisaitl coaching against his son Leon. Like, there are a lot of great, fun storylines to be had in this Global Series Challenge for the Edmonton Oilers against the New Jersey Devils and the Cologne Sharks this year in Germany and Sweden. And then, like I said, I'm throwing my own wild card in there. Joel Persson could absolutely be a difference maker for the Oilers in terms of just global ambassadorship for the team in Sweden, maybe in Germany. I really don't see the purpose of him in Germany, but he'd have to play the Germany game to be playing in Sweden is almost my thought train on that. Anyways, guys, I'm going to let you go. This has been my discussion of the Euro trip for the Edmonton Oilers this season, the preseason and the season opener. I'm Tyson. This is Dolany TV. I will catch you guys, as always, in the next one.